Sponsor images are there, no? No, the sponsor photos are there, right? Can you make them into a quick slideshow? They keep on rotating only. Ile ulinionyesha zile bena kubwa.
Okay. Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Atif Salim. I'm the Media and Information Officer for Tanzania Cricket Association. I'd like to ask sincere apologies to all of our guests and players and all the sponsors who are here today to grace this. We have, and these panel are all experienced cricketers. We had Mr. Adil Qasim, Mr. Aizaz Jasani, Mr. Hamisi Abdallah, the CEO of TCA, and the national team coach, Jimmy Kamande. To our sponsors, I say thank you very much for once again supporting cricket, because as you all know, cricket is an ever-growing sport, and right now it holds number 2 in world popularity. We hope so that we are at least coming closer to that number 2 spot in this country as well. Our captains, I will introduce them to you at a later time. But right now, I'd like to invite on stage the vice chairman of Tanzania Cricket Association, Mr. Shahid Danani, to please come forward and say a few words. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Atif. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the inaugural Tanzania Cricket Premier League Tcpl 2022. Thank you all for attending today, and together we will witness the birth of a new gem. The APL, Advanced Players League, was set up for showcasing the best cricketing talent the country had to offer, where a pathway was set for local club players to funnel into the national team. And it went on for 11 seasons. So this being the 12th is now the first of its Tanzania Cricket Premier League. And that's what we have decided to call it. So a round of applause for that, please. If our technical issues are solved, do we have the, no, okay. So in collaboration with Pacific Star Sports and Toyam Industries, and with our main sponsor Sky Exchange, our local sponsors, Reliance Insurance, G1 Security, CTP, Revive Physiotherapy, METL, and Ashton Media, we would like to say thank you for making possible the potential of this tournament happening and continuing for the years to come. So a round of applause for the sponsors, please, for making this happen. We were to play a few videos for you guys, but unfortunately, technical unforeseen circumstances, we will shift those videos a little bit forward. After we play a little bit later in the program. They are basically a special message from the sponsors, which will be Mr. Parvez Khan from Pacific Star Sports, Mr. Muhammad Ali from Toyam Industries, and a special guest from Toyam Industries, which when we play the video, I'm sure a lot of people will recognize that individual. So that being said, I wanted to make a mention on our national team progress over the last few years. So our men's and women's senior and junior, which is under 19 national teams, have been playing an array of tournaments over the last 3 years. And it has enjoyed tremendous success in the years of 2020, 2021, and 2022, where we managed to qualify to many finals of these tournaments. And we also managed to win a few of them. So again, a round of applause for this really, really amazing achievement that we've had these last 3 years. That being said, this tournament is a pathway for the players. And the players that are present here today, this is an opportunity for you all to showcase your talent. All these players in the room have the potential to one day represent the national team. Some of you are already there. Some of you are knocking on its doors. Guys, this is the platform, and this is where you make your name. So, that being said, take this opportunity to shine. Don't lose these moments. I would like to wish good luck to all the teams, and I would like us to play the game in the right spirit. I'd like us to respect our opponents, and let's play some hard cricket. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vice Chairman Shahid Danani. And as we still have time, we have a screen going up and down. Okay. Once again, as the Vice Chairman said, the progress of our national team now is going global, and with 4 players of ours being selected in the Africa 11, which is, I think the performance, first of all, deserves a round of applause because most of those players are here. And we all know how close we were actually. And the 4 individuals being Amal Rajivan, Akhil Anil, Kasimu Nasoro, and the captain of the national team who got selected to be the captain of the Africa team as well, Abing Patwa. Well done, guys. You made us proud. At this juncture, I would like the TCA chairman, Mr. Premji Pindoria, to please come forward and also say a few words for us. Mr. Premji Pindoria, thank you.
Thank you very much, Atif. Good evening, everyone. Sponsors, players, and I will say thank you very much for my team is working very well. Give him the big hand. I will not waste too much time, but I will say thank you very much for the sponsors all. To be continuous, we will introduce more tournament and more. Cricket should be played whole year here. Because I know in the Corona and everywhere now people are hungry to play. When we went to the South Africa for Africa Cup, I know our player is very much hungry to play. That's why we are introducing more and more tournament. And I will say again, thank you very much, Atif. Good.
Thank you, Chairman. And I'll request Mr. Ashish Nagewali, if he's around, please come forward. And now, as you can see, the two trophies here, we have the winner's trophy and we have the runners-up trophy. And now we will proceed with giving away the t-shirts to our captains. So, can I just request the trophies to be put somewhere inside, please, so we can. Okay, so I will request first the captain of our first franchise from Reliance Trigger Titans. Can I request the captain Riziki Kiseto, if he is not here? Can I request the vice captain Amal Rajivan to please come forward and receive the jersey? And I'll request Mr. Lekni from Revive Physiotherapy to please come forward and hand over. Sorry, the CEO of Reliance Insurance, sir, can you please come forward and give away the jersey? I'll request Amal Rajivan to please come forward, or Khil Suchak, if he is here, he can come forward and receive the jersey on behalf of the captains from Reliance Trigger Titans. The name of Mr. CEO of Reliance Insurance is Mr. Ravi Shankar. Big round of applause for our sponsor, please. Thank you very much, sir. Please, thank you. I'll now request Mr. Bhavesh Govind, the captain of Ashton Buffalo Blasters, if he is here. Can I request Vice Captain Akhil Anil to please come forward? And I'll request Mr. Aditya Kumar from Petrofuel to please come forward and hand over the jersey to Mr. Akhil Anil. I hope that's fitting, huh, Akhil? Thank you, guys. I'll now request Kasim Nasoro from Toyam Chui Challenges to please come forward, the captain of Toyam Chui Challenges, and he will be handed over his jersey by none other than the TCA chairman, Mr. Premji Pindoria. Thank you, Chairman. Now request Jatin Darji from Sky Simba Kings to come forward, and he will be presented his jersey from Dr. Lekni from Revive Physiotherapy Limited. Thank you, Dr. Lekni. And last but not the least, I'll request Zafar Khan from CTV Royal Rhinos to please come forward and receive his jersey from Mr. Arshad Dosa from CTV itself. Round of applause, please. I think you heard me say last but not the least, but we had to wait for this one, you know. The national team captain has to be introduced in such a different way. So, once again going to captain a franchise, and he will captain the Pacific Tembo Stars, who are Tembo Stars is also a defending champion of the APL. So he is going to take the legacy forward. Mr. Abhik Patwa to please come forward, and he will be presented his jersey by Mr. Mayur. From Ashton. Round of applause, please, for the Africa 11 captain. I'll now request all the captains to please wear your jerseys, because we are going to have a small chat with you all. And that's how our program is going to flow. Christian, are we ready with our streaming or not yet? We're still trying to sort that out. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes it happens. Nothing is perfect, but whatever we have is always beautiful. Oh, we are. We can see some icons on the screen. We can see WhatsApp over there. Okay, we can start with this video. This was supposed to be our flow, but this is the TCPL intro video. Can we have it played now, please, Christian? Please. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The next video that we had prepared for you was right after our Vice Chairman's speech. And this video is about activities TCA has been doing year in, year out, ever since the new management has come in November 2019. Can I have that video being played, please? And this is what we have been doing for the last 2.5 years. watching right now is our qualifier games which were held last year in Rwanda. And this is Arshan Jasani hitting 90s, somewhere 91, 92 against Kenya. And we won that game, the very first victory in a very long time against Kenya, who have been quite a successful nation in East Africa. This is right away in 2018, in the same ICC qualifiers, which we have played again in Rwanda. And this was a big talking point. The under-19 team defeating Namibia in a group game, which gave us a big chance in qualifying for the under-19 World Cup. We were one win away. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But this victory put us right on the map of the cricketing world. As you can see, the kids, those youngsters celebrating with Laksh Bakrania. And this one, very recently, Africa Cup, the winning run scored by Harshit Chauhan against Botswana in the semi-final against which was hosted in South Africa. And this is the last ball victory against Rwanda, once again in Botswana for the under-19 team, which we were again very close, losing in the final. And who will forget this one? This amazing catch by Ivan Ismail, one-handed. That was Ben Stokes, absolutely amazing. And what you see right now in front of you, these are some of the images from the last APL, the closing ceremony. This is our national women's team, our national team in Rwanda last year, some of the guests of honor at the APL 2020. These are our cricketing regions where we are active, and those are our social media handles. A lot of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. And since our flow of events was a little bit disturbed, this is the right time to call back again the Vice Chairman, Mr. Shahid Danani, to please come forward, and he can have those video announcements which he wanted to do for our sponsors. And of course, there is one very special guest who had said something for us. So right at the end, you will see him, who he was.
Okay, thanks, Atif. So without further ado, Chris, can we please get it rolling with the first one, which is Mr. Parvez Khan from Pacific Star Sports? Oh, I think I'm the jinx here, I guess. Chris, unaniuza hapo bana.
I'm Parvez Khan from Pacific Star Sports. All the best to Shahid Malik, Ranji Bhai, and Siddhi Sabha for doing this fantastic job. All the best Tanzanian cricket Premier League and all the 6 teams. Kids, let's play your best game because this will go in future for your national team will be selected. And instead of doing a lot of things like this, and we need to do a lot of good field coaches in future and playing the tournament like how we did now. And you are on my team, so just focus and do your best. Thank you.
That was Mr. Parvez Khan. And just to mention that the games are going to be streamed live on an app called Atrangi. So it's something that's pretty much unheard of, especially from this part of the world. But our media team will definitely be sharing all the information on how the games can be streamed on Atrangi. So can we please have the second video from Toyam Industries, Mr. Muhammad Ali, wishing us.
All the best to Tanzania to win like this team. Best of luck. All the best. And special thanks to Shahid Bhai, Ifti Bhai, Ranji Bhai. We'll be doing more tournaments like this. Thank you for everything. Hello everyone. This is Mo.
Okay, that was from Mr. Muhammad Ali from Toyam Industries. And so we have a special guest before you put the screen up. Some of you might know him. So here's Mr. Sunil Shetty.
Yeah, guys, this is Nishati, and on behalf of me and Torrent Sports, I'd like to wish the Tanzania Cricket Premier League, that is TCPL, the very best. Kid, rise and shine.
3 cheers for TCPL. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip.
Thank you, Shahid. And I think that was as far as the floor. Can we have the lights on now, please? So, during COVID, actually it's very insensitive of reminding during COVID, but there was a time whereby all the sports were stopped all over the country. But at TCA, we were going on with our activities, and we wanted to engage our audience, and we had social media back then. So during that time, I had come out with a thought that why don't we have a one-on-one? So last year we had this one-on-one with all the captains, and this year will be no different. So now I'll request all the captains to please come forward, and the captains who are not here will ask a representative from their teams to please come forward. I'll request, first of all, to welcome on stage none other than Abik Patwa from Pacific Tembo Stars. Abik, can you please come forward? A round of applause for Abik, please. He's already in his jersey. Zafar Khan from CTV Royal Rhinos. You can finish, no problem, Zafar. Bhavesh Govind is not here from Ashton Buffalo Blasters, but we have Akhil Anil to take his place. A round of applause for Akhil Anil, one of the players selected for the Africa 11 from Tanzania. Jatin Darji from Sky Simba Kings. And we have Kheel Suchak, who is going to represent Reliance Twiga Titans. A youngster from one of the youngsters playing in the Twiga Titans. And last but not the least, Kasimu Nasoro from Chui Challengers. Karibu, Chete. One of the players also selected for the Africa 11. Round of applause for Kasimu, please. And now, since all of them are seated, gents, you know how this works, right? It's a volley of questions which I throw at you, and basically, Abhik is very much familiar with that. What I'll request you is just, we have 2 mics. One mic is going live. Everybody is watching on their television screens, on their phones. So I'll request you to hold both of them so the audience in this auditorium can also go around. So who do I start with? Audience, can you tell me which captains do I start with? Sorry? Huh? Okay, let's start with the one in the center, Bapu. Mr. Jatin Darji, round of applause for Jatin, who is also in the national team camp and has been out with the national team. Jatin Bhai, the question that I set for you is, you have the same franchise this year that you had last year. You were in Simba Kings last year, again you are in Simba Kings, but now you are Sky Simba Kings. You know, lions don't fly, do you know that? But my question to you is that, why have you decided to keep the same franchise again this year? Is there something superstitious about this?
Hello everyone. Actually, the Simba King, I think I'm lucky enough to get it again, the Simba King. I'm not the one who decided the captain of the Simba King. So it's all about the luck, nothing else.
Can we please give a round of applause to Jatin? Now my next question will flow out to, I'll hold Abhik for now. I'll come to the person who is actually very, very nervous sitting down there, and actually you had no idea of being here, right? The youngster Kheel Suchak, a round of applause, who is just stepping in for his 4th captains who have not shown up today for obviously emergency reasons. But Keel, I think in you, you're the most senior captain of all, which is Bhavesh Govind. He has been playing with the national team for such a long time. He has been captaining the club cricket here in Dar es Salaam for such a long time. He has been winning captain. How do you see a player like yourself and others in this team progressing? How would you respond to that? I am sorry, I made a boo-boo there. Actually, I was about to ask you about, it is Riziki Kiseto, a player like Riziki Kiseto, who has been in the national team and he has been, even in the final last year, he won the final last year. So what kind of motivation he gives youngsters like you?
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I think we get a lot of experience from players like Riziki, who is our captain, and last year he also won the tournament. So I think this year will be no different. And yeah, he has always been guiding us, especially all the youngsters of Gymkhana, especially. He likes seeing us progress. So this time I think I'm lucky to play in his team.
Thanks, Keel. I'll now come all over to Mr. Zafar Khan. Zafar, you have been captain last year as well, and you have been part of captaining the APL teams for a longest time. This year I have seen your squad, okay? The squads are going to be released to you very shortly on our social media handles. So you have a very youthful squad this year and many emerging youngsters and some who are making their debuts in Tcpl. Talk us through about your squad, and are you really happy with that, or there is something, because in a vice captain you have somebody like Jitin in your team. How do you take this team to a championship this year?
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Atif. Yeah, as you said, I have plenty of youngsters lined up in my squad, and I'm very much satisfied with the team given. And it's always nice to have a mix of young people and experienced player as well. Young people always bring you energy, and they give you that vibe to perform well. And when you have a good mix, you have experienced players along with them to guide the way through. It is always good to have that combination. So yeah, I'm pretty hopeful. There are quite a few people who are very energetic, and they are very ambitious to perform on this big stage. They have been doing well on in the local leagues and in the junior leagues, and I'm quite hopeful that they are going to perform well in this competitive league.
Thank you very much. Please. Nakuja kwako Chete. Chete boy. Kwanza nikuulize kwa Kizungu, Kiswahili, ipi utapendelea, lugha gani? Haya. Sasa swali langu mwaka huu Chete kwako wewe ni hivi. Bingwa mwaka juzi. Mwaka jana umeongea wewe umeshika nafasi ya pili tu. Sasa unarudi tena. Unahoza, unaupenda. Ushawahi kuwa nahodha wa timu ya taifa. Na kweli matokeo pia mazuri yapo. Je, mwaka huu unaonaje kwa timu ambayo unayo wewe? Tutegemee kitu gani kutoka kwako na timu yako?
Cha kwanza napenda kumshukuru Mungu kwamba timu yoyote nitakayopewa mimi ni timu nzuri. Kwa hiyo najua kuwaenda vijana vipi na kujua tunacheza vipi. Kwa mwaka jana nilipiga kelele sana nikawa bingwa namba 2, lakini mwaka huu nitakuwa namba 1. Wala usiwe na wasiwasi Atifu. Unaelewa kazi yangu au?
Okay, now this takes me to another player. Actually, he is also a very a person who has recently won the Man of the Match award in the recently ended DC Caravans Cup. He played for his club Caravans, and he was the man of the match in the final. Not to forget the player who is also selected for the Africa 11, Mr. Akhil, vice captain for his team, Buffalo Blasters, the Ashton Buffalo Blasters, if I may just add. So, Akhil, this is your first TCPL, and last time I interviewed you was at the ground itself. When I asked you, it's been quite an eventful year for you this few months, and now all the way you're going to be a vice captain of a franchise. We never know how soon you'll go to a captainship. So, how does it feel? And I mean, does this still seem like a dream for you?
Good evening, all. It's new to me, and it's always pleasure to play in Tanzania cricket. And seems like for past 6 months, the journey is like it's an up and downs. In the finals, we can see that. So it's always a great pleasure for me, playing with the players, more experienced players, and being in one team. Like we are playing in a different clubs, but being in one team, it's different. So hopefully we can develop the cricket in Tanzania, and together we can do.
Okay, I'll just like to add there. I'd like to add. Okay, you said that though we are playing in different clubs. Now in franchise cricket, you are actually playing with lots of players coming from Division B and Division C. Some of them probably you might not be aware of. I know you have a captain who is far more experienced than any of the players who are sitting in this podium, who has even been in the national team for the longest time. He's won trophies. How do you see that part? That lower division sides who are those players actually doing well for their sides. That's why they have been selected for the TCPL. How do you see to get them in that competitive level of playing franchise cricket like this one?
See, the exposure, it's not about the B or the C exposure to these tournaments. And as you said, like playing with the senior players, the experience we get, and everything around it, we are playing in a good ground, playing in good wickets, everyone is playing together. Then with cricket development and the way it goes, hopefully better.
We can clearly see he is not as aggressive as he is when he's on the pitch. But big round of applause for Akhil Anildi. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the national team captain, the Africa captain, but now sitting here as, of course, the Pacific Tembo Stars captain. As we all know, my question always to you have to have some spice. I'm sorry. But last year, I had asked you this question, and I'm asking you again the same question. Last year, you got the franchise of Twiga Titans. Twiga Titans were 2020 champions. Okay? You took over the team, but unfortunately, the results just could not be there. You almost out in the eliminators. This year, again, you have another champion team. So, is there any expectations of you? Because now, obviously, the national team emerging, performing so well. And as a player, you have been excellent. Your captainship has been outstanding. When are we going to get to see that Abhik Patwa is going to lift the TCPL trophy as the captain again?
Good evening, everyone. Firstly, thank you very much for the accolades that you've been giving me so far. It's always been a pleasure playing. Firstly, it was APL, now it's TCPL. We hold first edition of TCPL. Whether it's team, by end of the day, whichever franchise plays better cricket will win the tournament. So last year was a bad for us. We actually didn't qualify for the Olympics. We got out in the group stages. But look, it's all about the team balance. If the team balance is good, if you play good cricket on your day, you'll win. So hopefully this time around, this year around, we'll play better and we'll come back stronger.
I'll just add to that very, very quickly. Are you happy with the squad that you have this year?
I've always been happy with the squads I've had. Look, at the end of the day, as I said, team balance. If you have a good team balance, if you have players who are playing together as a team, that team will win. So if you have your individual performances, yes, those individual performances will count towards the end. But it will only count if the team win matches, tournaments. So for me, this year around, it's not different from last year. It all depends. Have best of the best on paper, but it all matters on that particular day. So yeah, I'm happy with the squads. I've always been happy, and let's see this time around.
Thank you very much, Abhik, and we'll request the captains to please stay here because we have a small game. But before that, I'll request everybody. See, we have a tradition nowadays that we play a game with our audience. So we will have a vote of thanks coming up shortly. But before that, I'll request each and everyone on your smartphones, go to Play Store and please download an app called Quizzes. I will just give you the spelling. It is Quizzizz. The captains, you may also do so if you want to play. It will be very interesting because this is something concerning you. And those who are not captains, you are going to have a tough time answering, but you will enjoy it. So it is Quizzizz, Quizzes. And now I'll request Ashish Nagevadia to please come forward and give away the vote of thanks, please. Ashish Nagevadia. And sometimes you have to add the accolades at the end. The TCPL committee head, Mr. Ashish Nagevadia. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Won't take much time. Atif is a very interesting game for us. Shortly and quickly, sponsors, thank you very much for supporting TCPL. Captains, all the best. A lot of you are all experienced over here. Playing the spirit of the game, and let's enjoy the first edition of TCPL. Foundation to TCA King Tanzania 2. Very soon, probably next year, we'll see some new to this TCPL format. Till then, we have our local boys who are going to be entertained 5th to 16th at the Leaders Club. Before I finish, I would like to give to the entire organizing team of TCPL, TCA, for choosing me to lead this event. I think it's important everyone over here come and support the teams, all the players, all the captains. Please ensure your players are there on the ground throughout the tournament. Support is important. We saw that the support that we gave to the national team from here on the TV was also felt back in South Africa. So please do come and enjoy. And Atif, over to you to take us through the next events. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay. 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 So, captains, if you want to just change and face the screen, it's okay, it's no problems. So you have the code there, and as you can see, players are already entering in. You have to go to your app, the app Quizzes app, and just put in the code 487136. For those of you who don't have the app, no problem, go to Google Chrome, go to internet, Samsung internet, or any iPad, iPhone internet, because I'm not using iPhone. You can go to joinmyquiz.com and enter the code 487136. This year we are not playing a quiz, we are doing a poll. Okay? So captains, you will also need to turn to answer the audience. So it's better if you just this way out. Or you just face in such a way you can see the screen, you can see the questions. And I will be there to lead you all. We need just 20, so we can have a good poll. We have a good idea of how this thing will work. These are all polls, and these are some of the questions which are there. So captains, it is not going to be my decision to ask you the next question. Whatever I had to ask, I did. So now whatever is going to be asked to you will be by the audience sitting in this auditorium. So we have 16 people in, and captains, I think yourself, you can choose your own question, but now it all depends. So we wait 1 more minute, and then we are good to go. Can we have more players coming in? Are there anyone who is struggling to get inside the game? Everybody is in? Okay. So let's start. So the first question is going to Abhik Patwa. Your question will come on screen very shortly. Can you just skip there, please? Who has been bigger influence in your cricketing career? Is Tcpl going to raise the standard of cricket in this country? When is Abhik Patwa going to win Tcpl as a captain? Or how much does Abhik Patwa rate himself as a bowler? So let's see, audience, what do you want to hear? Okay, time's up. So the way I can see, 2 questions are on a tie. Is Tcpl going to raise the standard of cricket in the country? Or when is Abhik Patwa going to win the Tcpl as a captain? I think I already asked the latter. I'll ask Abhik. Abhik, is Tcpl going to raise the standard of cricket in this country?
Definitely. It's been doing that for the past 12 years as APL, and this time around, the excitement is more, and I can see the competition has increased as well. So yeah, definitely it's going to increase the standard of cricket in the country.
So Abhik says the standard of cricket in this country with Tcpl will go up. So big applause for Abhik, please. Now let's go to the next question. And the captains who are not here, you will have on their behalf. So this question goes out to Zafar Khan, this is for you. Which player, according to you, will be the star of your team? Choose only one. If you have to win a cricket match, what's more important? I think I'm losing some words there. Who is the best captain you have played under in Dar es Salaam? Or who is the better captain between Kasimu and Riziki? So let's see, what does audience want? And audience is giving their answers. Audience are giving their answers. Oops, we're having a tie again. Oh my God. Now we have 3 questions on a tie. I can't ask all of them. So I think we'll ask the most controversial one. So, watu wanataka wajue kutoka kwa Zafar, who is the better captain between Kasimu and Riziki? Over to you, Zafar.
Thank you, Atif. I think both fantastic players. They have served the country for a lot of time. Both they have coached a lot of under 19 and under 18, 17 boys, and they have brought them to limelight, and they are playing in the national team. So let not of them. I think both of them, they have done wonders for the country.
Well, diplomacy. We like straight. Okay, no problem. But definitely something that Zafar has said. Both of them have been great servants for their country, and they do deserve a round of applause. A product of TCA development program. A big round of applause for both Kasimu and Riziki Kiseto, who are not here. So let's go to our next question. Now let's see who is going to suffer next. Bhavesh Govind is not here, so Akhil, you will take his question. Which is your favorite TCPL match ever, which you have not played ever? Who seems to be the most difficult player to manage in your squad? On a scale of 1 to 10, rate yourself as a captain. What would be the most difficult fellow captain to manage if you were to play in his team? So, okay, I think the audience wants to know who seems to be the most difficult player to manage in your squad. I wish was here. But Akhil, you have been staying, I mean not staying with your captain, but you have been spending, I hope you're spending time at least, about cricket with your captain. Has he shared anything about any particular player who is very difficult to manage?
think Bhavesh bhai is very difficult to handle because he haven't because he haven't uttered a single word regarding this. So for me, he
Ladies, that answer deserves a big round of applause. He actually is mentioning his own captain is very difficult to manage. Let's go to the next question, please. So who is next? Oh, Chete, swali kwa ajili yako. Kama sio ungeona vipi maisha yako kwenda mbele? Kama katika maisha yako. Umechaguliwa Africa 11, unaona kwamba Abika atakuchagua katika mechi zote? Naona mimi maswali mengine bwana nisiaulize. Kwa sababu watu 8 wanauliza swali moja. But the best upcoming youngster according to you is Let's seal this. Haya. You wanted to know the answer? Okay. Chete, swali. Umechaguliwa Afrika bora 11. 18 lakini 11 ndio ambao wanaingia uwanjani. Je, rafiki yako, roommate wako, mchezaji mwenzako, mengine siwezi kusema, atakuchagua kwenye mechi zote za Afrika 11?
Yeye kazi yangu ndio maana akanichagua na ataendelea pia kunichagua. Najua anajua umuhimu wangu. Sina
Chete is always man of few words. Abik, remember the answer. Let's go to the next question, please. Riziki Kiseto, this is question for Keel. What is strength, batting, bowling or fielding? You have to answer according to yourself. Huh? Do you believe to let your game talk or you believe to talk before the game? Who is going to keep between Ahmad Rajivan and Mohamed Omari in this tournament? Who would to bowl your last in Abdurrahman Akida and himself? So, oops, I think the audience wants to know. Audience wants to know who is going to do wicket keeping in this team. Just to let the audience know, the national team that went to Africa Cup, we had 2 wicket keepers. One of them was fielding, one of them was keeping. Again, they are in the same team. Avik, I don't know how you managed it, but Keel, you've been spending time with your captain, I hope. So who is going to keep in this team? Are these 2 wicket keepers here? They are part of the national team. Mood you, Papa? Amal, where is Amal? Amal is not here. So, can we have the answer?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure actually. That's the captain's decision. But what I believe is I've seen Amal keep recently in the tournament where Tanzania played. So I think he will be our keeper and Moody will.
11 and gives chances to all your players in your squad? Or who is the best bowler in your team? Let's see what does, and of course, the controversial question is always speak first. Okay. So Jatin bhai, you have a winning 11 side. Huh? You played your first match, second match, you won. Do you believe in changing a winning? I mean, if your team is winning, why change it? As a captain, what is your response?
Thank you. If I have a winning squad and if I qualify for knockouts, if I have a youngster on the bench, I definitely give a chance to them. And then we'll see, and maybe we can see his process also. Then we'll also select him in knockouts if he's doing well. That's it.
Okay, I'd like to add to that question. See, if you qualify, you will. If there's a youngster in your team, you will give. But my question comes to you. The added question is that, will every player in your team play a match? If I may.
Actually, no, it's not necessary to play every player, in a playing era, it's difficult job for captain to select every player. So it's if I wouldn't go with the every player, I will see my best 11, then I will go ahead.
Well, that's what we like, straightforward answers. So, round of applause for Jatin Darji, please. So, your teammates are very worried right now. So, make sure you train well and impress your captain now. Lots of SMSs coming, Jatin. Let's go to the next question, please. Now, this is a yes and no. Is Abik Patwa going to win the TCPL 22 as a captain? Let's see. There's a very famous Amitabh Bachchan song. मैं नहीं कहता हाँ है यारो जिस कोई नहीं उसका तो
15. And I'll make sure they're not selected in the national team ever. Leave aside other teams. End of the day, it doesn't matter whether it's a yes or a no. It's a fun game. But look, as far as the country wins, we all win.
Very well said. As far as the country wins, we all win. But as far as TCPL goes, they said no. Next question, please. Again, yes and no. Let's see. Riziki Kiseto is a better bowler than Kasim Soro. Let's see. Wangapi wanasema Riziki ni bowler mzuri kushinda wewe Cheti? Definitely the answer has come. The answer is no. And as you can see, Kasimu is playing in the African. So round of applause for Kasimu, please. But this is just a poll which is exclusive just to few playing this game. It is just a game. Huu ni mchezo tu. Hakuna kitu kingine zaidi ya mchezo. Next question. Zafar Khan will be the best batter. We don't have a batsman, we have a batter. Okay. Okay. Oh. This was very close. Probably you got out on 49. That's why there's 8. But it's very close, Zafar. Lot to live up to. I wish you all the best. Let's go to the next question. Jatin Darji will make sure all players in his team get a game. Now he has already answered it. Let's see. There are some who still believe that you are going to give chances, Jatin Bhai. There are some who don't believe you. So you have a lot to prove to them now. Uski team kahan hai? Where is his team? 6. Let's go to the next question. Bhavesh will be the leading sixes hitter in his team. Oh my God. This is live on YouTube. Bhavesh, it's not me, huh? It's the audience sitting inside has said 15 of them have said no. A lot to prove. A lot to Captain. Akhil? Oh, maybe I should have said Akhil Anil, right? He is a very tough person to handle in the team. So we'll go to the next question. Here it goes. Will we see a man-cat run out on non-striker end in this TCPL? Controversy. Oh, yes. Okay. Since it's a yes, we'll go back to the... It's a fun game, guys. We know it happened in one of the matches. And these two gentlemen are sitting here. So we have the bowler, we have the batsman. Zafar Khan, just to see, it happened recently when in the women's cricket, and India, and it's become a big talking point. See, how do you see this rule? And 11 of you are saying, yes, it's going to happen, so bettors, please be aware. How do you see this rule?
Atif, it's a controversial issue, but since the rules have changed now, it's part of the game. Bettors should not take unnecessary advantage. So obviously they have to be careful. They should remain within the lines and within the rules of the game.
Thank you, Zafar. Now I'll come to Kasimu. Kasimu, usicheke basi. Sheria zimebadilika, lakini wewe kama nahodha, kama timu yako bora amemtoa run out mtu kwa njia hiyo ambao wanasema kufanya man card. Je, wewe kama nahodha utamrudisha yule mchezaji batsman arudi ndani au hapana? Au wewe unasema bana, sheria imepangwa tufuate sheria?
Cha kwanza, sheria ni msumeno, inakata huku na huku. Kwa kama sheria umeweka lazima itumike. Ni moja ya mchezo ambayo lazima tuangalie na sheria pia na tujue kusoma. Kwa kama sheria nyingine zinakuja alafu hatusomi, baadaye tunaenda kwenye ground alafu ndo kinatokea kitendo kama hicho, tunakuwa tunabishana, haina maana yote. Kwa hiyo hiyo ni moja ya game, na mechi ipo ndio ni adui. Baada ya game kuisha tunafly wote, tunakuwa kitu kimoja, familia moja.
A round of applause for both the answers. And what basically Kasim is saying, that let's follow the rules. The rules are there for a purpose, and if this rule is going to be there, I mean it is. So the technical team, Adil and everybody, umpires team, please make a note. All right, let's go to the next question. We have 19 matches in the tournament. Will we see 150 plus boundaries? No. Okay, this year the hopes are very high. A round of applause for that belief. This is something to look forward to in a T20. Let's go to the next question. Twiga and Tembo won the last two edition. Will the letter T be crucial again? Oh, superstition. See, Twiga, Tembo, Tanzania, Tabik, no, so, no. So we don't have a captain whose name is starting with a T, but lots of hopes on Twiga and Tembo. So we will see if these are the two franchises once again going in the final. Let's go to the next question, and we are now going to our last five. Chances of Ashton Buffalo Blasters winning the TCPL. You have your percentages. Please just click one and we will know what this audience thinks. Okay. So 13 of you, 14 of you. A big 70%, not bad. Oh, it's not you, Ashton? Sorry. Okay, so Ashton Buffalo Blasters are... Oh, Akhil, you're not talking, that's why. You're so disappointed with that. But you never know, this is just a poll. Let's go to the next one. Sky Simba Kings, who is giving them hope? Okay. I'm sure these are players. And time's up. So you are also tied on 70% as far as this audience which is playing is concerned. Let's go to the next one. We will see which team believes more. Reliance Trigger Titans winning the TCPL are... I hope your phones are not jammed on 70%, huh? So again, I'm sure we have again 70%. Let's go to the next one. The last three. This is just 10 seconds of each question. Toyam Chui challenges, and you can see the 70 is going up. And as I expected again, nobody seems to be giving 100% to any of the teams so far. Let's go to the last two. Maybe we'll see a change. CTV Royal Rhinos, Zafar Khan, that is your team. Okay, we have some people coming in, going up. I think that's the maximum. The audience have said yes to 100%, but still, the majority are saying 70%. So last but not the least, let's see if we're even hitting 80. Let's go to the next one and the last one, which is, of course, the 10 stars. I think those who are not playing have got active as well for this question. And time's up. We can go to the next question, which is obviously not there, but just click it. Yes, so audience has said 70%, means anybody from these six can be the winner. And that is what we were looking for, that was I was looking for. There are no favorites in the TCPL this year. Each and every team is very well balanced. I wish all the captains all the best, and thank you very much for being a part of this evening. Thank you very much for being in this fun quiz, being in this fun conversation. I'll now request you to please go back to your seats. Asante, now big round of applause for all six captains. And with this, we come to the end of today's function. I'll now request Mr. Shahid Dhanani to please give us a small vote of thanks on his behalf, on behalf of TCA. So, Shahid, all over to you. You have been the main man running this along with Ashish. Thank you.
Yeah, so we've basically come to the end of our evening. So I just wanted to say thank you to the sponsors. Thank you to all the volunteers and Ashish and his team for making this, a lovely evening. Again, we want to wish the best to all the players. Play hard, enjoy the game. Let's come to the grounds, to come and spectate and support our players, because with support is where the players will perform even better. So I wish you all a lovely evening, and just enjoy the rest of your time here. Thank you. Bye.
So with this, we come to the end of today's function. Big thank you to all of you for being here. Big thank you for playing the small game that we had. The fixtures are already there. The scores will be released very, very soon. In the coming days, we don't have much time. As you all know, we are starting on the 5th. So we'll have the Simba Kings opening the fixture. I just missed the second team there. I don't remember it very well. But that's it. And from us, against the Toyam Chui challenges. So this is going to be our first match. On behalf of TCA, I once again extend all my thanks to all our sponsors, all the players, and every stakeholder who is in this auditorium. Asante Sana. Please enjoy the rest of the evening. I'll request all the captains to have a photo shoot, and all those players who want to have a photo with the trophy, please, you're welcome. Thank you. And I'll also request the sponsor to please come forward and have with the trophy. Asante Sana, and let's enjoy the evening. Thank you.
Can we request all the captains to collect the uniform from the basement? Requesting all the captains to collect the uniforms from the basement. You can follow Mr. Commander, he's got the uniforms. All the captains can collect the uniforms from Mr. Commander. Thank you very much.